called dibs as if she's gonna come and take it.
Dudes.
What?
So we got it fixed.
Mail it.
And then I thought I was streaming,
That's what I did.
but I wasn't streaming. And I went through the entire tutorial. So you guys just missed the tutorial.
You called
Don't
dibs
really
as
worry
she
about it,
was
man.
gonna take it.
Um,
Riley, you never know.
we killed 3 dudes and we got 6 renown. Pog.
Like a rabid wolf that wandered. How did it come to this?
We killed the chieftain
Fool ourselves
of the
believing
village
at
that
least
you were
the
in.
past. My grandfather
I guess.
saw this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Oh. I'll close that. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Turn some of this volume down on my end. Gotcha. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's office. Alright. Ubin, isn't it? Eric. Ubin, isn't it? It is. Just here for the tithe. What do you want? It is. The governor tells me you've been giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here. What did you have in mind? I didn't exactly agree. You'll be giving us a hand, will I? What did you have in mind? Scalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall. Scalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered. What is a scalfing? That you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The scalfings? Governor just wanted to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Gotcha. L or left button or right button to highlight the market tent, or press A, B to visit the merchant. Oh, I didn't really have any choice there. Let me handle this. Sure, bro. You meander through the rows of open face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Blanches. Blanches. Blanche. What does that mean? Blanche. Blanks. Blanche. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Skulfing's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So, when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's gonna try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Say nothing. Eric overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eric. Laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Skulfings? Nobleman up by East Wall. Nobleman up by East Wall. But that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away, with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over until you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? You were in green back at the Great Hall? No, I just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. Better than an eggplant. Gunolf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric. That man seemed unreliable at best. Blind Dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be Skulfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, but not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall. Nobleman is a mead hall. I feel like it's either really late or this doesn't make sense to me. Nobleman is a mead hall. Nobleman is a mead hall. Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? Where's this place again? After this, I'm done here. Where's this place? Nobleman is halfway up the hill. Nobleman is a mead hall. Towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Right? Why does this not work? Right, left, right button, left button, right stick, left stick. Right? Do I not have any choice here? Mead house? You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. You're walking through the front door. I'd rather sit this one out. Wait. We're going to pick a fight, right? Let's get it over with. We just fucked up 3 dudes. Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgard. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open, so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken Skulfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables, and mead steins in the process. Ready. Ready. Battle. Okay, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4 v 1, 2, 3. Okay. 4 v a lot, 6. It's hang tight. Yeah, something like this. Stonewall blocks damage to the strength and armor for 1 round. Okay. Can I get information on these guys? X, A, B. Move. Rally. Light step. Move through allies. Rally gives willpower to allies at range. gives willpower to allies at any range. That requires willpower, though. Okay. 11. This guy has no ability, but he's got a ton of shield. Can we move there? No. We wanna. Yeah. Let this guy get surrounded. Wait. 7 shield. Whoa. What am I looking at here? Normal strength damage to 2 adjacent enemies going clockwise from the target. Clockwise. Which is already maxed. Did you not get anything from that? What the heck have I been wasting my time? Yep. Get destroyed. Gotcha. Is this guy just tanky? Does he not do any damage? I swear he did a ton of damage before. Oh, this guy's not doing as much damage either. Oh man, I should have probably read what that does. Blocks 3 damage per hit, rank 1. Gotcha. The foe is lying dead at your feet. Something, tempered by blood and resolve. Legendary. Let's go. There they are, gods be damned. I've got to wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold red and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Varl Kingship last we spoke. The other flag? Looks important. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long? Things make it a little more sense. You'd hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? Nah. Done enough already. Have I? What is it? Do I get more money if I do? If you happen to stall our guest down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Eric and the Volguard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to the street. And go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Yeah, I have no control. Why does it even bring me to this menu? I have no choice. Do I? Nope. Ubin. Wagner. The familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind you recall a much younger version, tramping the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. You're looking ancient. Comes with being old. If there is Wagner, there must be a cone. Comes with being old, and if there's Wagner, there must be a cone. I'm assuming those are clans. Must there. Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid old yaks. At what age do you lose sense of shame? Oh, okay, those must have been the two banners. Wagner and a cone. Poor and stupid old yaks. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Yorander demands it. I'll take over that lingering death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Dude, these people talk so weird. Yorander demands it. I'll take that lingering death in Grofheim. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Holy. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. Just returned from harboring, in fact. I'm glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering, golden wolfhead emblazoned on red. The king of men or someone on his behalf? The king's whelp. The king's son Ludin. Don't you know Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours, and that's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon, it is. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim. I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand, and was sitting there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day in better circumstances, I'd drink a week, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where is Mager? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Wait, who am I? Am I the old dude? The old dude with horns? I guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. I'm Ubin. The young prince of men ambles from his ship and brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world like the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grovheim should be more interesting than most years you think. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world, the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grovheim should be more interesting than most years you think. Why is this so hard to read, dude? Is it just because it's late? Weariness settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. What the fuck did you just say?
I don't even know.
Tripas of Azibas?
I'll chupa mi chorizo. That's what he said. That's what I said. Chupa mi chorizo.
Weariness suddenly settles in and you chuckle to yourself. What an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. Gotcha. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagnier's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with a cone. Introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Do I have any choice here? What's the point? Do I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Just talk to a cone. Converse with the hero. So that's the prince. This is a cone. Just the order matter. Great Hall. Talk to the prince. Talk to a cone. Well, Prince doesn't really sound like a friendly dude. Like he's getting on terms with everyone else, man. Do I have a choice? Is this forced choice? Can I talk to everyone? Let's talk to the dudes that know what they're doing. Scrivener. You find a cone in a meat house surrounded by the Varro. By other Varro. Strand is no stranger to Varro, but he rarely sees this many. A cone waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Vognier's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We just added a few more. Humans. I guess if I only lived as long as a Yoxfart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying a cone. Shots fired. A cone let slip a low chuckle. Any Jarl could recount his deeds. Known as he is for cutting a swath through a dredge at Wagnier's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grovheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Oh, sorry. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building. A sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Wagner? I don't remember you. Oh, thanks. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grovheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying ties to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. I hope to learn more about you. I have a habit of recording history. I thought we might talk about your visit. It doesn't seem very historical. Around the middle of nowhere. Collecting taxes. And he doesn't seem very respected. So, historical significance. You collect taxes for the Jarl territories. Pleasure. Yes. Hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. Gotcha. Apparently that was the wrong line. At dawn you are welcomed by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Hard to tell when the sun never moves. Governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Vognir is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward. Vognir's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his own wieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to part. We're ready. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city. But the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. Summarizes the Strand well as a whole, you think.
Your reputation with certain people. So fucking murder these guys at the gate. And then they give me stuff for it.
Gotcha. 2 days, 66 supplies, 34 banners, 85 fighters, 366 varro. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Moger, cracking open mead casks from our gracious friend the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout the camp.
I actually prefer to run
You raise your drink, toasting the alliance between the man and the varro. The others join in. Ludin's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually you sit down beside Vognir. Oh shit. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Moger. I thought the damned governor would never show up. Did he give you the history of his entire family? Shit, I was supposed to ask. Tried, then he asked me to clean up this mess. For your benefit, turns out. I'd have given the job to you. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happens after this business with Ludin? Hopefully, the boy goes back to Arborang on his own. And I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. You're starting to sound like a cone. You don't like the life of a diplomat? Don't you miss the fight, Ubin? You down your meat instead of replying. Vognir slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this... I'm pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be warriors would follow you for what you'd done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Or is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy. Old Varro. They've always been muddy, Vognir. Vognir stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. You rise groggily. The the campsite of a casualty of Merriment. You rise groggily to the campsite of casualty of Merriment. Mugger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luden stalking your direction. He sidesteps the sleeping bodies. Better wake up. You nudge Vonir. You're needed. Ah, it's Luden. A pleasure. You look well rested. Vonir releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. Holland Grolfheim. We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come on, I'll show you on a map. You can explore by panning with R and zooming with right stick plus R. Okay. It's not working. Location of your caravan is indicated here by Ubin's icon. The world map is covered with many locations and holds much lore. You can explore the map at any time, selecting locations with left button, right button, L or A for more information. Oh, can we go anywhere? Is this all just... Press A for more information. From the north side of the Wormscale Mountains, one can see a series of mountain peaks that are almost perfectly spaced and of identical height, laid out in a straight line. As the story goes, the Loom Mother herself raised these peaks while teaching mankind how to thread a loom.
Cease and assist.
Cool. One of the most characters of the First Great War was Carl. When you finished reading, press B to return or travel to camp. Press B to return or travel to camp. One of the most apparent characters of the First War was Carl, a proud Varl warrior who turned against his own kind at the Mender's behest to help end the war between the Varl and mankind. Along the Red River, an enormous mead. Red River? Okay.
How you like this, David?
That's like right there, the Red River. An enormous mead house catered exclusively to Varl, but now sees both races drinking together regularly. Though ironically, the mention of Carl's name will more often than not cause tempers to flare.
Did you hit it? The polygons? Very nice.
The land's longest range of mountains, it was observed, resembled something like the spine of an impossibly large worm. Each of its enormous peaks just one of many invincible scales. This idea, of course, didn't come about until the first maps were drawn. Before that, it was simply called the Far Mountain. The Vast. The waters to the west were named not for their reach, but for their depth. Longships lost even somewhat close to the shore are best considered gone to the depths forever. Longships. Modern longship has been constructed to be much better at hauling goods than raiding and pillaging, as it is used to do in the early days of men. Ever since the alliances formed by Men and Varl, there's been more need for freight than war along the west coast, and the murky bogs of the east are of no value whatsoever. So the Varl are from across the sea, I'm guessing. Seahorn, roughly halfway between Harborang and Strand. Seward stands not just as one of the dredge warning towers, but soon doubles as a lighthouse when heavy trade between the two cities found many longships washing up alongside hidden stones and rocky bluffs, jutting out into the vast. To the north of Ridgehorn, two long mountains rise out of the vast like icy spines. To their alarm, Varl stationed in Ridgehorn would frequently see dredge appearing on the rocks, somehow emerging from below. Fortunately, the dredge cannot swim, and while they are a reminder to remain vigilant, they pose no meaningful threat. Spine Isles. Smattering of rocks emerged from the Dengler's Bay, as if a sea serpent was coiled up in the water, its spines breaking the waves. Over time, the spines have eroded, fallen, and become a general nuisance for longships. But this seems to have had little impact on trade between Arborang and Strand. Stickle, wind-bitten city that the locals are known to refer to as just a leaping sprint from Strand. Though there's little not over the trade city, and is more likely to just be named after the fact that it stands out at the top of a cliff, sporting a rustically beautiful view of the ocean. Not much else. Most traveled road on the western coast, connecting the cities of Arborang and Strand.
Get my buff, that's funny.
Fertile farms in between. Not surprisingly, it also used to be one of the most dangerous, until the two cities became more tame and civilized. In modern times, that honor now goes to the Eastway Road near Porkscar. Eastway Road. The Eastway Road. Eastway Road. The Black's Fjord. Actually, it runs off from the front of Strand. It finds little use as a merchant lane, though occasionally unscrupulous types use it to ferry goods. They're worried about losing to a place that few people are likely to look. Ridgehorn, one of the few 6 horns built into the foot of the Long Reach Ridgehorn, looks out over Dengler's. Didn't we read that? Are we repeating? The left foot. Left foot of Dengler's Bay are said to be where the god and Dengler himself stood. Where the god Dengler himself stood when he created the thriving trade city of Strand. Others suggest it's where he stood, while taking less noble actions upon the land. They are now used to navigate along the coastal markets by merchants and visitors. Southbridge. Is any of this significant? Is this all just lore? Strand, as long as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance. As close as anything comes to a bastion of racial tolerance. Both men and Varl compete to scratch out a living in this, the biggest trade city along the west coast. Many people still believe the god Dengler still watches over it, granting good fortune. Okay. Is it all just lore? Does that actually matter? We head north, then east past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. They're headed north. Should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Scrimmerstead? What's the point of marching? Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It's covered in ice all year. Tear up the longships. Too bad. We could have shown you all the wonders of Skirmstead. Half-sunken city crawling with dredge. Prince. Dredge. And glaciers. Do you like glaciers?
Beats the fuck out of everybody.
Luden exhales through the nose. A poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes barking at his company in the distance.
Alright, Josh, this is your POV.
Oh, yeah. Is that an enemy you're fighting?
Yeah.
Don't poke up the anthill, Vonir. He seems to be no happier here than you.
I mean...
Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off, too. Luden's got a shorter wick than a cone. That's right, Vonir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vetterfell, if we're lucky. Camp's where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. Camper in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time by using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. High morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower. In combat, each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to go back. Everyone leveled up.
What?
Auger,
Such
cone.
like that?
This is the spinny dude, right? Select the ability to learn about the unit's abilities. Tempest. 2 enemies? 3 enemies.
Okay.
Cost 5 points. Huh? Wait, why is it have a 1 there? Can I not level him up? Wait. 3 out of 2, okay, I see. That's like experience. There we go. 0 out of 2. Where's the dude that killed everyone? Fine. Fine. That's how you want to be. Let's promote this dude. Are you sure you want to spend 5 renown?
Bruh.
He's got 2 points. What does that do?
Bro,
What the fuck?
that's an ass.
Oh no, this is the big.
Points to spend on improving stats. Activate one of the plus buttons above.
Hey, this guy is big?
Dude, I want to see a description, man.
He's an even bigger dude.
Do I want more shields? Do I want more HP? Oh, shield break.
Oh my god.
Shields? HP. Focus. Is that what we want?
Gotta think about it.
9? 7 and 9? Is that what we want? You can have 3 focus. Confirm. I feel like the shields are not the max value in this case. Unless we're fighting a big dude. What if we are fighting a big dude? It seems like HP has something to do with like damage done. Is that right? Damn it. Why? Items. No one else has skills. Gotcha. Wait, what is that button on the bottom? Ugh. Morale declined. What the heck? Training. Heroes. Rest. Training. Initiative order is very important when setting up strategies. For example, put archers after melee units so that they can stay safe behind your heavy hitters. Select units with yada yada, and X to rearrange their turn order. Wait, what is this ability? Break attack plus 1, return the favor.
No. Oh, he's gonna see. No, no, no. Not like this.
The training 10 allows you to test your party against a team of clansmen of equal power. Training fights never injure your allies or grant them renown, but they do let you test strategies and safety. The trainer will give you hints about playing effectively and has something to say about each ability. Come here to test out new characters as they join you. To end training, click on End Training and press Escape, or select the Exit Training option. Okay. So oh, bro. Didn't he have like 18 HP? What the fuck? Gotcha. Don't run straight forward. I think that is a bad idea. Shit, that's a ton of damage. Gotcha. Is this saved? Full screen, quick game. Save, load, save, audio, full screen, credits, quick game. $65 days of supplies. Roger Dodger. Calling it a day. You guys have a good one.